Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the Diane Mosco Foundation Shootout here at Archbishop Wood High School, raising funds for a great cause. We appreciate everybody here in person and watching alongside. Boy, oh boy, it could perhaps be the game of the day. It is Reading High School against West Catholic, the Burrs from the Philadelphia Catholic League. They are introducing the Knights now, led by Rick Perez. The starters, Amir Burdine, Yadiel Cruz. There's a Ruben Rodriguez, one of the highest touted and most notable high school basketball players in the entire state of Pennsylvania. Miles Gray, a big-time three-point shooter. And then Aris Rodriguez, the 6'5 senior. He's going to look to take the place of Daniel Alcantara, who provided that size on the front court on an otherwise four-guard lineup. And then now West Catholic being introduced. Adam Bud Clark, number 0, Zion Stanford, a senior at 6'5". M.J. Branker at 6'5". This will be a trend. Shamar Wilbanks, a key, standing at 6'3", and then a 6'6" freshman. Number 22, Kingston Wheatley. Yes, that is length across the board for West Catholic, a team that has every goal and every desire to go win a Philadelphia Catholic League title, to go win a state title, and they sure have the talent to do it as well. My name is Bob Long. Alongside me is Will Ryan and Bruce Badgley. Bruce Badgley will be doing color commentary and camera. Nasir Smith has been with us all day. Nasir will jump down at halftime and have an interview with one of the coaches before they head to the locker room. So a full team on hand, and it should be, right, guys? A big-time high school basketball game and coming right into your living room.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, Bob. Really excited to see these two really high-energy squads go at it. It's going to be a lot of up and down. You're not going to see too much of the half-court sets. It's going to be a lot of transition between these two teams. Neither have a true 5. It's a lot of 5 guards. Really excited to see the pace in this one.
And Bruce Badgley, the king of Berks County, you know this Reading team so well.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. You know, Rick Perez always brings out a wrinkle in these big games. I'm really anxious to see what he's got up his sleeve today.
Aris Rodriguez gets into traffic. What a finish. Oh, it's big time. Zion Stanford thought he had the angle, but he did not. Okay. Well, if the first 20 seconds is any indication, we're going to have some fun. Rodriguez, the active hands defensively. West Catholic in white with the blue trim. Stanford. Branker, and a foul is called on the base. No, beg your pardon. They just called it the other way. The fist went up, but as you'll see, that's just a deflected ball by Reading.
Yeah, and the idea guarding Branker is to contain. You'll live with him shooting the 3. Capable, but, you know, that's not his game. His game is getting to the rim, so good close out there by the Red Knights.
Interesting to see how they're spreading the floor out to try and get some space inside.
Zion Stanford. Extra pass to the corner. Well short, and Rodriguez came down with it. Rodriguez got to the rim from this very position. Instead, Rodriguez, he lost his footing. Rodriguez, they're doing the count. He doesn't see it. Rodriguez, step back. Bingo! Ho, 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 ho.
Sending a message early.
Bud Clark. Reading defense hounding Clark. And the Reading contingent traveled well from Berks County. They love it thus far. Pull up. Well short, and no offensive rebound that time for West Catholic. Gray, a deep 3. Oh, it almost went in off the glass.
I think Miles Gray is the key to this game. He's got to knock those long-range jumpers down.
In rhythm, and that's a clank. Nothing's been particularly close for West Catholic in the first 2 minutes. Rodriguez finds the lane. High off the window. Shamar Wilbanks, such a good shot blocker, but using the window nice and high. Ruben Rodriguez, timeout on the floor, one more look.
And that honestly could have been an and one as well. Even though straight up was Zion Stanford, I thought he jumped into Rodriguez a little bit. Just kind of adds to how tough that finish was.
And Nasir off air here, he's going to be doing our interviews for this game. He's saying, yeah, count that one and one. Big time finish by Ruben Rodriguez. And West Catholic, again, you know this team's going to get going sooner rather than later. But a little bit of adversity here on a fellow Catholic League floor against a team you just don't see very often, Will. A Reading team that, again, plays their own schedule, of course. You know, won't see them in Philadelphia circles, but they give these Philly teams fits every time they come onto the floor with defense like that. Miles Gray created the steal. Now Ruben Rodriguez pushes. Gray to the hoop. That one is blocked. Rebound won't go. It was a great look for Amir Burdine, but perhaps was worried about the shot blocker, tried to get it up quickly. Offensive foul. MJ Branker. That's an excellent job. Ruben Rodriguez, Will, you're going to see it. Feels the contact and just takes himself to the floor.
Yeah, and the angle that the near side official had was the best one because you saw Branker's elbow kind of flare out, a no-brainer of a call.
And you said it, that defensive pressure by Reading early has just been suffocating.
And an early substitution, Amir Walker into the game for Wheatley.
Couldn't finish. Tip would not go. Bud Clark. Reading so good getting back defensively, and so Bud hits that one from mid-range. Rodriguez, what a finish.
He is so fantastic on the break.
And gives Reading the chance to set up full court.
And really the entire game will be on the break, Bruce. There's not going to be a whole lot of half-court offensive sets.
That one's good. Zion Stanford.
Yeah, really nice patience through the double team for the Temple commit.
Avoids the charge. Miles Gray.
Ran into a bit of a brick wall that is Zion Stanford there.
Boy, look at how far out that defense is picking him up.
Aras Rodriguez, he lost the ball, and it's last touched by West Catholic. Shamar Wilbanks.
Just amazed at how far out that West Catholic defense is putting pressure on the ball.
Yeah, and that's 6'6" MJ Branker, who's more of a 4 than anything else, guarding guard Aris Rodriguez. 46 feet from the basket.
Wow, tough call here. Ruben Rodriguez first thought it was a foul. Got clocked on the head from behind by Amir Walker. You tell me. I think that's last touch by Walker. Deep three for Bud Clark. It's good.
Yeah, Bud Clark happy to stop behind. He's improved his three-point shot a lot. If you're going to trail or if you're going to drop on him, he'll make you pay.
Aris Rodriguez answers right back.
Rodriguez has an early 8 for the Red Knights.
Again, we talked about it, that Alcantara type role. Taking it on both offensively and defensively, out of control and a bailout.
Well, it looked like steps before the foul, but still you can see West Catholic trying to spread things out to get in these one-on-one matchups with the Reading High.
I'm not sure we're going to get to the end of this one here. Let's see. Yeah, he just kind of saw the tail end of that, but nonetheless. Zion Stanford to the line for 2.
I think free throws are going to play just a huge part in this game.
Malik Osamanu checks into the game. Osamanus have had quite an impact on Reading basketball in recent years, Bruce.
Yeah, they sure have. Let's see how he has an impact on this game.
West Catholic giving Reading a taste of their own medicine with the full court. Look at that length. Ruben Rodriguez, though, strong on the basketball. Skip pass, caught by Berdine. Osamanu might have double dribbled with it.
It's funny to think a team starting 3 6'6" plus guys. They were longer last year with the Watson twins in that zone.
Berdine tried to feed it right back to Miles Gray. Numbers here for West Catholic. Stanford actually ended up dishing it off to Branker. There's a foul there on Osamanu, and Branker will shoot 2. West Catholic's thinking, hey, where was the foul on that, what ended up being a pass? That's a clear foul on Osamanu, and Branker will shoot 2.
I think the most pressure of any people on the court today are these officials to keep this game in hand.
Yes, I don't envy that particular role here today. Really is unfortunate that a game like this is not one that you'll see later in the season. West Catholic in a different classification than Reading, but two teams that by all accounts are going to have every opportunity to make deep runs in the state tournament in their respective classification. Bud Clark called for the hand check, and Rodriguez a little something to say to Coach Polk. Coach Polk's done a great job for West Catholic since coming on, and had a little something to say there because he doesn't like Rodriguez having a conversation.
And look at these two jawing right now. Honestly, I thought it was good defense from Clark personally, but bold of Rodriguez to jaw with the other team's coach.
Pinching high on that screen, creating a double team, and there's the foul. It'll be called against number 11, Amir Walker.
And I think Reading's half-court offensive production is another key to this game. If Reading can get into good offensive flow in the half-court and do some damage, I think that they're going to win this game.
Dangerous here, double, and Adish Rodriguez, that's a deep 3. Osamanu, man's rebound, just couldn't finish it, and it's pulled away.
What a rebound by Banner, just a sophomore, really nice job.
Yeah, there's the tail end of that rebound there, went right over the top of Osamanu. It was an incredible snatch, Will, by Osamanu, but just didn't quite recollect himself, set the feet, and as a result, couldn't get it high enough on the backboard. 2 minutes to go here in a lightning first quarter. Stanford pulls up, tough to guard that.
Yeah, Reading has no match to that elevation.
Rodriguez, tough shot. Tried to tip it up himself. And there's Walker again, playing good minutes early on for West Catholic. Wilbanks.
He just lost it.
And indeed, that's the call. I think that's one of those, hey, there might have been a grab of the wrist, so it was, if you're not going to call the foul, then it wasn't tipped by Reading.
Well, there's always that run by Reading. Looks like, obviously, West Catholic survived that first onslaught.
Ruben Rodriguez. Step back, really tough shot. But the rebound is loose. And a tie-up.
Our possession arrow is going to West Catholic on this.
No, it looks like they're going to keep it. No, now they're going to adjust.
Yeah. Everybody pointing the other way.
Going back to that possession, though, probably not the best shot from Cruz there. Could have gotten a better one, no doubt. Kind of a force. He hasn't really been too involved with the offense so far, so he gets the ball and kind of wants to get a shot up. It was my analysis of that play.
Bud Clark now, West Catholic. They started out down 7-0. They have not led. Clark, really tough shot. What a finish. Not your high percentage look. That's for sure.
And the lead is with the Burrs now. fast start for the Red Knights, recovered by the Birds.
Ruben Rodriguez, everything but the finish, got it back, and that one's blocked. Timed by Stanford.
Rodriguez is going to need to watch himself there because so Stanford gets the block, and obviously Rodriguez chirping the coach earlier, so they're going to chirp back a little bit, and Rodriguez with some words, and the official comes in to just kind of break it up. No tech, which I like. You know, it's a competitive game. You want it to be as such, but you just don't want it to get out of hand yet.
Rodriguez was hit there by Stanford. They're letting him play. Timeout. Timeout called by Rick Perez. Wow. A big-time move by Perez, and a nice job by that official on the far side of the floor. It's a great job, Will, of taking control of the situation.
Yup, so if I'm Coach Boak, every reason to be angry, but the official on the far side made the right call. This place is loud. We know that, you know, both benches are loud, both fan bases are loud, and it's a pretty good crowd right now. Coach Perez was screaming for a timeout. The near side official is watching the play, and he couldn't hear it. The far side official has his eyes also on the play, but his angle has Rick Perez screaming for a timeout. So he sees the timeout and grants it. Very close to a 5-second call, no doubt, but I think the good job by the official taking control of the play there.
Whew. I tell you what here, guys, and Bruce knows, and you know Will as well. Last weekend, I was incredibly fortunate to be out doing state championship football, played at the highest level. I got to do 3 games with my buddy Bruce, and the other 3 with Zach Seiko, did a great job from up in State College, but came back and did a high school basketball game on Tuesday, and that was a heck of a game, LaSalle and Penn Charter. And then we got these 2 first games here today. My goodness, is it high school basketball season now, Bruce, or what? I mean, what a way to flip the page.
Incredible how fantastic it is. There's really no segue, it just happens.
A block there by Stanford. Is he going to get it back from Clark? Clark lost the basketball, tried to go behind his back in traffic. Rodriguez.
Oh, what a block, excuse me. Wow, getting up is the freshman.
And just out of control, a bailout call there. Just out of control on the play with Shamar Wilbanks.
Boy, the fans are sure in this one.
And that might be Nico Sosa wearing number 15 today. He's listed on the roster as number 13. That one could have been over the back, wasn't called. Again, you know what, and that's okay, right? If they're going to let him play, let him play.
And that's, if you're Reading, you live with Zion Stanford taking that shot. Obviously an end of quarter shot. Stanford really good in the post, really good going to the rim, really good even shooting a little mid-range fadeaway, but the three-point shot, not really a shot.
Wow, what a first quarter. 13-12, Reading trails. The Burrs took their first lead of the game with their last bucket with about 1.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And it's just been fantastic basketball. I mean, maybe not the smoothest basketball that we've ever seen, but the reason that that's not the case is because you got just such a high level of athlete going against one another right now, Bruce. It's the towers, if you will, and the length of West Catholic against the guard-heavy, shooter-centric, big-time finish in traffic capability of Reading and the Rick Perez-led club.
Well, I think, you know, whichever team starts to have any kind of success in the half court, I think is really going to gain a big advantage. I'm really surprised that West Catholic, and I know that they're an up-tempo team as well, but considering the, you know, obviously the height and really athletic advantage of the Burrs there, why they don't play a little bit more. They're playing into Reading's hand by continuing to go up and down.
What do you think we'll see in the second half, Bruce?
Boy, I tell you what, I think obviously from Reading High you're going to see more of the same. I mean, why argue with success? But I think West Catholic has really got to get into more offensive flow in the half court to make things happen.
Another reason why I always love the Mosco is just to see what other local programs come out and support this great event and come watch this great basketball. In front of us just sat down a bunch of Devon Prep players. Lucas Orchard included, a first-team All-Catholic guy. And across from us, we've got some Archbishop Carroll players, including like Jake West, just picked up a Mississippi State offer. In the corner, we've got a starter from LaSalle here. I mean, it's just a really, really cool event to see the Philadelphia basketball community kind of come together.
Oh, and look at the folks watching, right? I mean, the numbers keep ticking up here as well. Tell your friends, and also give us a shout. Let us know where you're watching the game from, and we'll be happy to give you a shout here on the air. Also, to make sure to hit that subscribe button. Bob Long Sports, your broadcast partner for this event and for high school basketball across Philadelphia. There's Amir Burdine giving Reading another lead. Double team on Stanford. Tell you can't teach height, can you?
No.
That's one way to escape.
And Bruce, you've been, kind of calling West Catholic to slow it down a little bit. I think the best way to describe Bud Clark is floor general, right? I mean, he's good in transition, but he's also really good at, getting the team organized. And they just kind of fall into a 4-round-1 here and let Clark kind of do his thing.
Well, and Reading also went into a zone, makes it really tough to get it in the corner. What a play. Branker up and under. Went a little too high on that window. No numbers for Miles Gray. Gray makes one miss. And just can't throw that pass through that much traffic. Sosa, jump ball.
Should go over to the Red Knights.
Nope.
No, so
West Catholic.
Yeah, obviously Reading won the tip, I believe. West Catholic gets the first jump ball, and then the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, we can't see the possession arrow here.
Rodriguez is kind of arguing it, but correct call there. Next one should go to Reading.
Now a 1-2-2, three-quarters court pressure by Reading.
And that's exactly what Reading wants to do. They want to keep this pace going.
Bud Clark didn't get anything, and that one's blocked. Rebound, no. Reading pulls it down.
Maybe the smallest guy in that was Miles Gray, going up, elevating, and grabbing it. Really nice job.
Miscommunication between Cruz and Gray. On the other end, by the way, Burdine got up high and blocked that ball.
That's just great for Reading. When West Catholic gets into the half court, Reading throws in that 1-3-1 zone trap to get the pace up to play into their hands. I love that move by Coach Perez.
Good look inside. Branker blocked off Branker, and then Adish Rodriguez.
Oh no.
Non-contact, went down with the ankle, slow to get up. Stanford, big time finish, now a whistle, and Adish Rodriguez, he's up and moving, and it's that ankle. He'll take a seat, but would be well served. Listen, I'm no doctor, but would be well served to keep that ankle moving. So long as it's just a sprain, keep the blood flowing to that ankle. We'll see.
And Rodriguez, obviously an awesome player, started off this game great. He's already got 8 points for the Red Knights. You hope that he's all right and will be able to return.
Well, Reading goes very, very small now. Osamanu, the tallest player out there on the floor. They'll need shots like that to go, but there's Osamanu.
How do you let somebody get that ball uncontested under the basket?
What it was, Bruce, was West Catholic did their job boxing out, but no one went and grabbed the ball, is what it was.
Now Reading is stuck with this zone look. Now into the half court. Rodriguez got hit. Nice feed to the baseline. Bud Clark, a stray elbow from Stanford, sent Rodriguez to the turf, and then an assist for Stanford. And now a loose ball. Who's going to come up with it? West Catholic will. No travel. Stanford to the hoop, and a blocking foul. Wave off the basket. That's not going to be a basket.
Well, this phonetic pace is really...
Count the bucket.
No way.
Count the bucket.
Oh, no. There's no way.
No way. That's not the right call. The foul was called on the first miss. It was there.
There's the foul, and he goes up again.
Yeah, that's not the right call.
And there's going to be a conversation here, and rightfully so. That should not have been a bucket. There we go, 2 shots.
Okay. Hey, listen, Referees taking control of the situation. Now, Rick Perez wants the charge there. I think the struggle is if those feet stay on the floor, and I'm not even saying this is the correct application of the rule, but he went up and challenged. That brings those hands down a little bit, breaking the plane of verticality. But I think if that defender stood still, I think it would have been a charge.
And just to get back to what you said earlier about the officials, you have to commend the officials for getting the call right.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's swallowing your pride and saying, we made the wrong call and we're going to get it right. And I love it. I love that accountability from this PIAA crew.
1 of 2 from the line. It's 18-16. Frenetic, one way to describe it. Probably a carry there.
That's
a double
dribble.
dribble. There you go.
But still a good look by Reading there at the quick pace. West Catholic is playing into Reading's hand by playing at this pace.
But you could also say that this is West Catholic's style of play. You know what I mean? And this is how West Catholic feels most comfortable. And West Catholic playing their style of basketball, while that might be to Reading's benefit, it's not to their detriment per se.
Bud Clark.
Good pass.
Ranker. Tough shot there. And the foul came. The hand came down from Osamanu. Rick Perez. I love Rick Perez and some of his antics on the sideline, man. A lot of love, a lot of respect from Rick to all these officials and vice versa.
Games are all about matchups, and the matchups favor West Catholic more in the half court than it does Reading in the half court.
Bruce, you said earlier about the free throws. West Catholic 3 for 7 to start the game so far. With that being said, though, Reading hasn't gone to the line. So,
how good is it to see Aris Rodriguez come off the bench? And the name spelled A-R-I-S. And Rick Perez was good enough to tell us it's pronounced Aris. Aris Rodriguez. Knocked off his hands and out of bounds. Well, it's been a slow trudge here back into this game, but steady it has been for West Catholic. Dangerous pass, nice finish. Yadiel Cruz. It was 7-0 Reading. It's a 19-11 run for West Catholic since that point. Bud Clark, shifty. Stanford, and Gray got his hands in there, pulled it away.
Miles Gray
wants the ball.
Miles Gray has the quickest hands I think I've ever seen.
Wow, that's a statement. Big-time defensive player. Gray. Rodriguez, got it. How about that staring down, Coach Boak? He's still jawing.
I've never seen that between a player and opposing coach.
Good move to the lane, high off the window, no good. Rodriguez pushes. Rodriguez. It's Aris and Ruben, and this is Ruben, left hand, no. And he took it away from his own guy, Cruz. Stanford, so difficult to guard. What a finish. Kept that pivot foot somehow at that strong side block.
And we're knotted up here at 21 with about 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go.
Boy, listen, and that's a tough call there. It's so tough to adjudicate because there's been so much contact here. It's a good double team. Yeah, I guess they got his hands there, but again, we've said it a couple times when West Catholic's had the ball. I'll say it here when Reading had that possession. Kind of a bailout call.
Still, even with such the pace of play and the physicality going on there. Neither team in the bonus yet with 2:26 remaining in the half.
Yeah, because they're
letting them play.
Yeah. Now a good place for a double team. There it comes. Berdine, touch pass to Aris Rodriguez. Rodriguez, where's he going? Tipped up by Rodriguez, no good. So that was Aris to the 10 and Ruben with the tip.
Bud Clark and Ruben Rodriguez matched up here. I love it. They've been jawing all game.
Now the switch off. We'll get that switch right back. Clark and Ruben Rodriguez from the elbow. Got it. Bud Clark gives West Catholic a 2-point lead. Miles Gray. Berdine, great look to the baseline, nobody there.
I tell you what,
Yadiel Cruz.
Great play there in the half court for Reading.
Three is no good, and Gray came up with it. Cruz flanks some, but Gray will take it himself. 25-23, a minute 6 to go.
That's Gray's first bucket of the game. We know him as one of the best shooters in the state of Pennsylvania. He's got to get going.
Amir Walker pulls this back, and here's Shamar Wilbanks. Anybody having fun yet?
Oh, boy.
Wilbanks, blocking foul. Just the 6th team foul against Reading, and Rick Perez can't believe it.
Well, maybe not a bad foul, because if he did foul him, he had a clean lane to the basket.
Gray will take a seat. Corner three. No good. Last touched. And it's going to be last touched by Reading. Berdine.
I saw the official point.
Well, there was confusion. Yeah, they had different calls. .30 left here in this first half. What a good one it has been. Bud Clark. Stanford. Tough shot, no! Rebound to Aris Rodriguez. Plenty of time. Reading will look to take the last shot.
Ruben Rodriguez and Bud Clark, the two that we've been watching all day. 4 seconds left on the game clock. Behind the back with two. Clark steals it.
What a job. And is that a travel or is that a... Well, let's see. Nasir is going to try to go get somebody. Let's see if he'll give Rick some time. All right, here we go. Rick's going to give us one of his assistants. And Nasir, you can go ahead.
Nasir Smith, we're here with Bob Long Sports. We just wanted to know, it's been an intense game. You guys broke a really good crowd with you guys to this game. What do you think is the momentum that has shifted for you guys this half to be able to have a 2-point lead right now?
It's all about us just staying together and playing for each other and through each other. That's all. We like you said, we travel well. And the most important thing for us is just staying together. As long as we play hard and we stay together, our toughness will see us through the game.
Exactly. And we've noticed that you guys have really brought a good crowd and audience with you. What do you think is the momentum? What do you think is the keys to helping making sure that you guys are able to sell the victory in the second half for the team?
Just staying composed. We just have to play with composure. I mean, it's a packed gym. We're down in Philly. We understand that. We just have to stay composed. As long as we play strong and stay composed, we'll be all right.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Good luck second half.
Thank you to Nasir Smith. His first on-court interview. He did an excellent job. Thanks so much to Nasir for doing that. It is halftime here in the building. We'll take a quick break here, guys. It is halftime, and we'll catch our breath hopefully you guys can as well. Stay with us.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. The process is simple. First, we do an introduction. Then the candidate provides me with information. We have a consultation based on that information, and we build what's called the model. Once we have that model, we'll share that with 3 great opportunities that match your criteria. I will follow up with you through the entire process. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area. I'm humbled by your consideration, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps
Welcome back, folks. Inside our broadcast booth, Bob Long, and we have a special guest. We have Zach Wolf with City of Basketball Love here to break down the first half, to tell us what's going on at City of Basketball Love, and to tell us a little bit about himself, because he has quite an interesting story in the media world. But Zach, 16 minutes of basketball at an extremely high level here. 2 teams that it might look sloppy out there, and at times it was, but it's because of the athletes on the floor and the capabilities that they have out there.
Yeah, I think that's what we expected. Just 2 really hard teams. They play really hard. 2 physical teams. I've liked what I've seen out of Bud Clark and Zion Stanford. Obviously, we know they're the 2 heavy hitters for West Catholic. And then for Reading, the 2 Rodriguezes, obviously they're not brothers, but both of them have put on a show in the first half. I thought very 2 evenly matched teams, and they went at it the first 16 minutes.
And really important for Audis Rodriguez to come back into the game. Obviously went down with a little ankle turn, and you just never know. But him providing that size at 6'5", again, there's really no replacement for Daniel Alcantara, who's no longer with the program. Obviously graduated last year, but Rodriguez starting to fill that role.
Yeah, I mean, he hit one. He had a behind the back to put Reading up 7-0. You think, whoa, this could get out of hand real quick. But I think West did a really good job of calming themselves down. Obviously, Bud Clark, one of the better point guards in the area. It seemed like he just calmed everything down for West, slowed things down, got a couple easy buckets, and it got them back in the game and got them going. And from there, it was just a very even game for the rest of the half.
We have Zach Wolf with us here from City of Basketball Love. Tell us a little bit about what's going on at City of Basketball Love. Josh was nice enough to send you up here to talk with us here today, but we'd love to know what's happening, and you guys do an excellent job, by the way.
Yeah, so obviously we cover local college, D3 schools, up to Villanova as well, D1, and then we do a lot of high school coverage, so any team in the area, all levels, Catholic League, Suburban One, Central League, anything. We really just try and give a lot of teams exposure, a lot of different players exposure. We try not to cover the same teams over and over again. Obviously, once Catholic League play starts, that's a very important time of the year. But in terms of the the pre-league play, we try and cover as many teams as possible. So, I mean, it's a great team to be a part of. I couldn't be more thankful for Josh and what he does for just local hoops in the Philly area.
How did you get your start with Josh in City of Basketball Love?
So it's funny sitting here because the short version is before COVID, in this gym when Archbishop Wood was playing Paul VI in that crazy 7 overtime game, I'd kind of heard of Josh and the website before. I'd seen him on Twitter, and he was actually live streaming the last few overtimes. And after the game, I talked to him, and I saw him at a couple other games, and he said, oh, like, I have high school writers write for me all the time. I think I was a sophomore or junior at the time. And then when he started the website back up again my senior year, I think I covered 35 games last year in person, so that was great. And now I'm in college, but for this month I'll be all over the place probably, hopefully covering games every other night.
That's great. Well, tell us about your college exploits as well. This is a career that you want to make of this.
So yeah, obviously I'm a freshman at Syracuse University. I write for the Daily Orange, which is the student-run newspaper on campus. I recently got I'm the assistant sports digital editor at the Daily Orange. It's my first semester. We call it working in-house. So being a part of that process of just the digital world, and then on the newspaper, and then I make graphics, I pitch tweets, pitch headlines, do a bunch of other stuff. Very busy time, but very excited for what's ahead.
That's great. Well, it's a wonderful story. I can tell you that we're big fans here at Bob Long Sports of not only City of Basketball Love, but of your work specifically. Appreciate all you do for the basketball world, and hope that you have a great time up there at Syracuse. I'm a diehard Villanova fan, so I hope your basketball team isn't too good. But no, listen, thank you so much for the time. Keep doing all the things that you're doing, and we'll, I'm sure, keep good track of each other over the course of the year.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you having me on.
Thank you. Zach Wolf here with us, City of Basketball Love. Stay with us, folks. Second half coming up in just a few minutes here on Bob Long Sports.
Or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. Hundreds of decisions to make, some of which may impact your business for the next decade. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest, no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary responsibility to work solely in your best interest? Someone who knows the questions to ask, the levers to pull, the pitfalls to avoid. Enter the experts at Gola Corporate Real Estate. They've seen it all over the course of thousands of transactions in dozens of industries. Gola gets it. And what if those experts came with a team? Subject matter experts to manage everything that comes with this process. Space planning and design, relocation planning and budgeting, helping you manage your vendors, construction oversight, all with zero out-of-pocket cost to you. A turnkey experience that adds real value, value that flows right to your bottom line. Gola gets it. We've been partnering with clients like you for over 40 years, and we know what's important: solving problems, creating flexibility, protecting and stretching your dollars. Philadelphia-based with a national presence. Get to know Gola. Gola gets it.
At Meineke, we care about your family. So this winter, let Meineke keep your car on the road, saving time and money. Take advantage of Meineke's complete auto repair services. Whether it's tires, brakes, exhaust, or tune-ups, at Meineke, we do it all. And all services are backed by Meineke's nationwide guarantee. Whatever car repairs you need, come to Meineke, because at your locally owned and operated Meineke, we do car care right.
Welcome back here inside our broadcast booth. Bob Long, Will Ryan, and Bruce Badgley here. Nasir Smith just off camera. We'll do our interviews over the course of the day, and he'll do the post-game interview. But we'll start with you, Bruce. First thoughts on 16 minutes of helter-skelter, high-level basketball here in Pennsylvania.
This is the game that Reading High wants to play, is this helter-skelter, where, you know, they're dictating, you know, their terms here, where West Catholic, I'll tell you what, I mentioned it during the broadcast. I think that, they need to slow it down a little bit, maybe get into a little bit of tempo, on offense. I mean, the worst thing's going to have to do is they're going to, develop some consistency in the half court. So.
Will?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a really exciting first half, and for both teams, it's really been two guys. Zion Stanford and Bud Clark combined for 21 of West Catholic's 23 points. MJ Branker with the other 2. And conversely, Ruben Rodriguez has 7, and Aris Rodriguez has 8. So 15 points of the 25 for the Reading Knights have come from 2 guys, and 21 of the 23 for West Catholic have come from 2 guys.
West Catholic in white, Reading in black. Here we go.
And with the ball is Miles Gray. He's the guy that needs to get involved. 2 points in the first half, no threes. We've seen him hit 10 threes in a game. The guy can shoot. He needs to get going.
I'll say it again. The only disappointment is that this is the only time we'll see this matchup all year long. Different classifications, different leagues. Don't have a shot to see this in a state playoff game. An early turnover by Reading. And given right away, Miles Gray, patience and finishes.
Wow. Miles Gray, so great on defense there. Comes up with the loose ball and the basket.
Yeah, you said it in the first half. I kind of had a second look at you as Aris Rodriguez meets him at the rim. He can't believe it. He can't believe the call.
I frankly can't really believe it either, Bob. I mean, MJ Branker comes down the court. He's honestly kind of warding off Rodriguez the whole time. And then Rodriguez comes around and blocks it completely clean. Not the right call there by the officials.
Boy, these players do put a lot of pressure on these officials, don't they? By and large, they've done a nice job. It's just so hard to get everything right on a day like today. And by the way, these coaches, they're animated on the sideline. They kind of engender the philosophy and identity of their teams. They know it. They know it's hard to officiate in these games, but they have to get their message across to try to get that next call. And maybe that one in particular Rick can't believe, but Gray on the sideline. Cruz, no.
That was a really nice take, though.
Redding's missed a lot of shots inside today.
No good from Bud Clark. Double team, Rodriguez. And Reading gets the steal. How about the eyes in the back of his head? Aris Rodriguez on the assist from Ruben Rodriguez.
That's where playing together for so long, they almost instinctively know where each other is.
Dribble drive, great look inside. Cruz got the block on Clark. Clark let the one defender fly by, then he thought he was in the clear.
But when Clark went up the second time, he did double pump. I wonder if he had just gone up with it. Maybe he would have gotten a foul call or he would have made the layup.
Kickball on Aris Rodriguez. That hit a fan.
Bounce back in the court, up, play on.
So what the official said on the far side was that it hit him. It hit the official, is who it was. And the official said, I was out of bounds, and it was last off of Reading. Again, good on the official to stop play and gain control.
Stanford with that off arm, it's close.
So what Stanford should do there, he's trying to get to the elbow. He should really consider trying to post up with a guy like Miles Gray.
Instead, Clark now in the corner. There's a lot of contact. Burdine and Clark getting after each other. And that might have been blocked by Burdine. Up the floor, extra pass, Rodriguez, bang, bang. 7-point lead, largest for Reading since it was 7-0.
Same thing, they're starting out the second half the same way as they did beginning of the game. 7-0 run here.
What a game.
And these fans are just rocking the camera to heck.
Stanford, they tried to follow. Branker couldn't get it. Yeah, do your best, Bruce. I get it. We're kind of subject to the laws of gravity. Oh, goes up high. Zion Stanford.
Apparently Zion Stanford isn't subject to the laws of gravity. Oh my goodness. He got way up there for that one.
Oh my. The only question is, was it goaltending or not? And I tell you what, no one is ever asking me whether a block I have was goaltending or not. That's unbelievable.
Well, I'll tell you what, thanks to Bob Long Sports for these great replays. I'll tell you what, we've had some great shots of all these games so far, and we're really going to need them, I think, down the stretch in this one.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, Bruce. This is a fun one to commentate thus far. Quick game reset. West Catholic 25, only 2 points here in the third quarter. Reading, the Red Knights of Reading, 32. They've put up 7 points here. A good start for Reading, not the start that West Catholic was looking for. The physicality, well, it's been up to par from that first half, maybe even raised a level. Really, really, really exciting stuff here so far at the Mosco.
West Catholic looks like they're going to start the press here again.
Inside, Cruz, 9-point lead. Yadiel Cruz, new to the club, new to starting minutes here for Reading, doing a great job. And now does West have any answers? Trouble with the handles. Loose ball. And a foul is called. A foul is called against Reading. Oh, it goes against Amir Berdine.
Wow.
Kingston Wheatley, the freshman, 6'6". He had trouble handling that one for West Catholic. He comes off the floor. Inside, Branker. Really nice out of bounds play from West Catholic.
That's what I talk about. I mean, you know, in the half quarter, set plays, that's West Catholic's advantage, and they got to start taking advantage of those.
Arish Rodriguez. If you thought it was the day for Ruben Rodriguez, you would have been half right. Arish Rodriguez. What a day from him, and a foul called against Ruben Rodriguez. Doesn't like the call, but it's kind of tough to argue when you're right in front of the official there.
Yeah, they actually called that one on Arish.
Wow.
On that blitz, let's see.
Well, could have gone either way.
Yeah, I guess it could have been maybe a grab or some contact as he was coming off the screen. Again, pick your Rodriguez on that foul.
Yeah. Bud Clark. It's a 10-point lead for Reading, largest lead of the afternoon.
And Clark's got to get downhill again. They've done a really, really nice job forcing him to shoot threes. While he'll shoot them, he's not as proficient from beyond as some other players.
Branker given the three, no good. Rebound pulled down by Gray, and here comes Reading again. Rodriguez, no fear.
Oh my!
Open three would be a big answer. Yes, West Catholic needed that one. Amir Walker, and now a giveaway. Here come the Burrs. Numbers. Clark pulled away by Miles Gray.
Those are those hands again.
Rodriguez, bingo! Reading answers once again. Stanford, double teamed. Pull up, really good look, just short. Arish Rodriguez, he'll cascade to the rim. A lot of contact. Branker was not going to let him finish that easy.
They're just playing into Reading's hands, continuing to just try and go up and down and outscore them.
it feels like every single year, you know, Reading, the year they won the state title, now they weren't supposed to win that one. It was that loaded Archbishop Wood team. Well, the year after that, they weren't supposed to go beat that same Archbishop Wood team up at the Geiger Complex. They did that. Archbishop Wood got them in the end, but it feels like these recent group of Reading teams, now this year the thought is, hey, the big bad Burrs of West Catholic, they got size all over. They can do what Reading can do, but just with bigger athletes. Well, guess what? Reading is here again. No Alcantara. Arish Rodriguez taking that type of role. They just go smaller this year, and it's that same Rick Perez Reading culture, and they lead by 14 in really what is a road environment here. They've brought the noise with their fans, no doubt, but they're coming to Philadelphia to take on West Catholic. All the way to the hoop, and West Catholic gets a much-needed response.
That's Shamar Wilbanks' first bucket of the game. He's really got to get going. I mean, this is a guy capable of scoring 20 points. When he gets to that lane, he's really, really dangerous with his left hand. But he's got to get going. 2 points, that's a big reason why they're down 12 right now. The lack of production outside of Stanford and Clark.
Ruben Rodriguez, the briefest of stints on the bench. Arish Rodriguez, man, how pumped up is he as he comes into your screen?
And you know what? He needed to come out. He needs to go to the trainer right now. He has some blood in his mouth and dripping outside of his mouth a little bit.
Deep three, Gray, no. And now here comes West Catholic. Wilbanks, no. Wow, Osamanu, big time rebound in traffic. Ruben Rodriguez, the lob. Cruz and Rodriguez gets it back. Boy, an ill-advised shot from Miles Gray on the last possession. West Catholic tries to get out in transition to take advantage, but great defense by Reading. Cruz patient. Yadiel Cruz.
Boy, Reading just hitting on all cylinders here this second half. Now up 14.
And Bob, I believe that was Amir Berdine who had that layup down there. Yadiel Cruz having a better game thus far than Berdine.
Wasn't that one, number one?
I believe it was 0.
Okay. Thought I had it as 1, but we'll give it to 0 there. Now here comes Brinker the other way. He goes behind his back in traffic. That's a big-time finish. Nasir would call it the jelly. I'll call it the English. Nice spin off the glass. That one I know is Berdine, as he couldn't finish with the left hand. And Wilbanks is fouled by Amir Berdine. 1:12 to go, third quarter. And Bruce, I think a very important minute 12 here for West Catholic. To look to cut in maybe a basket, maybe 2 here, get a stop or 2, and finish. They're going to start with the ball offensively.
Well, I'm really interested to see how Reading's going to finish. I wouldn't be surprised if Reading got the ball back if they wouldn't take the air out of it.
They looked for the lob for Stanford. Nice job by Osamanu, but this is now a tough matchup. Stanford, that one is blocked by Osamanu. Meet him at the summit. Cruz. Yadiel Cruz. And it's just excellent defense. Excellent defense by Reading. That's a tough call there. I mean, Berdine had him figured out, met him at the spot. Again, I guess there is that little bit of slide for sure. But he took him chest on, Will.
Yeah, and it wasn't a blocking call. It was a call for a hit on the arm on the pass.
Right, based upon what the official demonstrated.
Exactly, because the defensive positioning by Reading there was perfect. It's how you teach it in a textbook.
Good defense by Reading on the out of bounds there.
Shamar Wilbanks. Rodriguez, man, are those arms long, and they get the steal. Here goes Ruben Rodriguez, throw it down. .30 seconds left. West Catholic has been blitzed in this third quarter. It was a 2-point game. Branker, send it home.
Yeah, the defender went for the steal, wide open then for the jam.
Now Reading with 9 seconds left. Rodriguez goes behind his back. Double team, Rodriguez now. This is Adish Rodriguez. Still time, Ruben. Won't count.
What a quarter of basketball.
Wow, I can take a breath finally.
25-15 in favor of Reading. What was a slog of a first half. 48 total points scored in that first half, and Reading doubles up their first half total. They lead 50-38.
And again, I think that now it comes down to the point where West Catholic has to play the Reading style just to get back into this. They really don't have an opportunity to be patient. Down 12 with 8 minutes to go. So how long is it going to be before Rick Perez takes the air out of the ball?
Yeah, I hear you. You're right. And you've talked about this for years, Bruce, being the guy that knows this Reading team so well. And I like to think I'm getting to that point here as well. Taking trips up to Geigo every year, it's a place to be. But they have the ability to change on a dime. This is not a one-trick pony. They just are so good in transition, and with that defense, they can also sit on the basketball as well as anybody. We got quite the crowd watching alongside here on YouTube. Thank you, everyone. And if you like high school basketball, I would ask you humbly to like the video and hit that subscribe button. We will give you programming updates, when we go live for other Philadelphia Catholic League action, when we get out to Reading to do Rick Perez and his club later in the year. You'll get all of that information through the Bob Long Sports YouTube channel. So please, if you would, hit subscribe, like the video, and thank you for being here.
Bob, just to set up this fourth quarter, in that third quarter, West Catholic 15 points, Ruben Rodriguez 12 points. Almost, matched Reading by or matched West Catholic by himself. Really, really impressive stuff from Ruben in that quarter.
Bud Clark, what a finish. But Bruce, I think Reading will take that. That's a low percentage look and a big time play by the point guard for West Catholic. Miles Gray, and now all of a sudden numbers for Reading taken right off his hands.
Amazing.
Diane Stanford.
Amazing how Reading could always switch that. To get a fast break when numbers aren't in their favor. It's just crazy.
And good job by Stanford there. Usually if you jump, you're probably going to foul. Stays on his feet. He knows he's got the size advantage, and he just blocks it without even leaving the ground.
Adish Rodriguez, good defense by Stanford. He guessed right on that crossover. And to your point, Bruce Badgley, slowest we've seen Reading work all day. Now they'll go after it. Adish Rodriguez no good. And numbers as he's back behind the play for West Catholic. Bud Clark. And I tell you what, that's probably goaltending.
Yeah, the defender really did slam that backboard awful hard.
I mean, that's goaltending. You see the light moving back and forth. That's a missed call right in front of 3 officials. It's not an angle issue on that one.
And that's a huge call in favor of Reading.
Ruben Rodriguez flanked there by Bud Clark. Rodriguez, that's a wild shot off the window.
And that's a really nice rebound by West Catholic. Walker has stepped into this game, a reserve who hasn't really played much in his previous years here at West Catholic, and he's done a really nice job.
And a big 3 from Walker.
That's his second triple of the game. And all of a sudden it's back to a 7-point game, and he almost jumped that pass.
Miles Gray, how does he keep the ball? That time he does give it up. Branker over the top. Good hands behind by Sosa. Ooh, tough shot. I don't think Coach Boak wants that one. And you can see it.
No, that's where I think, that patience, where did that come from?
And Ruben Rodriguez, They're going to say no shot. This is interesting here.
I don't know how the official right in front of the play,
Yeah.
after Rodriguez gets clotheslined. Again, this pace has been incredible. It's a really, really hard game to officiate. There's not a much more obvious clothesline than that.
Well, listen, they're both going for the ball. Rodriguez gets there first, period, and then there's a collision. That means it's a foul on West Catholic. That's how it works.
Yeah.
And they got the call right. The 3 officials, if we look at it cumulatively or combined, so there you go. But yeah, 6:07 to go. Feels like an eternity left in this basketball game. It really does.
Well, there comes a time in every basketball game where you have to start looking at high percentage shots. And I think West Catholic and the coach, pointed it out to his player there that you just can't take the first available. You got to take a higher percentage shot. Still a lot of time left to go in this game.
Man, maybe I come from the Tony Bennett school of offense. I don't know, but I think the time in every game to start thinking about getting high percentage shots is with 20 minutes left in the first half, or in this case, 8 minutes left in the first quarter. But call me crazy.
Well, we're having fun.
We sure are.
Again, the Philadelphia hoop scene right in front of us now. Shane Holland, former point guard of LaSalle, now a really great videographer in the area.
Couldn't get the 3 to go. Here comes West Catholic with the numbers. Branker, the pass was just behind him. Corralled by Bud Clark. All the way to the 10. Contact. He'll shoot 2. I think it'll go against Burdine, but Ruben Rodriguez was in the area. Yep, it does go against Burdine. Yeah, Shane Holland, one of my favorites in my time broadcasting LaSalle. In fact, was number, I want to say 8 or 7 on the SportsCenter top 10 way back in the day. One of the Scholastic Classics at Widener University, hit a game winner at the horn from just inside half court against Abington.
Bud Clark with that missed free throw. He's stuck on 2 points in this second half. He needs to get going in this fourth quarter. I talked earlier that it was Bud Clark and Zion Stanford kind of doing it all in the first half. MJ Branker has really stepped up in the second half, but Clark has kind of faded a bit.
It would probably be tough, Bruce, wouldn't it, to convince half of the stands here to our left to stop.
Beating on the bleachers there.
Traveling called on Aris Rodriguez. So Bruce is going to do his very best to keep the camera stable. I'm going to keep one hand on it as well, just to try. But you know what? This is high school basketball for you.
Yeah, I mean, the fans at home are getting the feeling of being here. That is not an earthquake. That's just the Reading fans getting into the game.
So there was a travel called on that last play. Now they're cleaning up the floor.
I think this is such a big possession for West Catholic right here.
Stanford, Clark, and Perez in the backcourt. Branker there is in the center looking for the ball. 5 minutes and 33 seconds to play in this one. 50-44 Reading. And Reading back into that zone. They've come into and out of man. Stanford. Oh my goodness.
I've never seen that happen before, where it rolled around and then got lodged.
Wow. So that's a held ball situation. It'll be Reading basketball on the alternate possession. I mean, I was half expecting this to go in. It went so softly off the rim 3 times and then just got wedgied in there.
And we have seen a couple times today in the previous 2 games, those soft bounces off the rim and then off the backboard. That one not as fortunate for Stanford.
Foul called. That goes against Bud Clark. And listen, that's a hand check.
Agreed.
That
and what's interesting, Coach Boak not arguing that it wasn't a foul, just simply saying, hey, where's the 5-second count,
Right.
If he's all over him, hence the foul, there
Sure.
probably should be a 5-second count as well, which I think both can be right.
Yeah.
There's a foul and probably a 5-second. Not a 5-second, but should have been a count.
I was going to say, it might have been the good old 3.5 second.
Yes.
Offensive foul. Ruben Rodriguez in good position, felt the contact. Maybe the head goes back a little bit, but that's just excellent defense by Ruben Rodriguez there.
I mean, for West Catholic, I think you've just got to move the ball around in the half court a little bit.
They've had those opportunities, Bruce, where when they've swung it from one side to the other, they've created a couple looks in the lane at the weak side block. I agree with you. That was a little bit of head down from the senior Amir Walker. But West Catholic with the stoppage has the chance to pick up full court. It's man-to-man full court pressure. Miles Gray across the timeline. And now there goes that count. Aris Rodriguez. Rodriguez for three. It's good. It's the day of Aris Rodriguez.
Tell you what, Reading looking really good in the half court on that possession.
Now Bud Clark. He goes one-on-one. Maybe a little light for my taste, but Aris Rodriguez certainly in position.
And that's all I have to say. They've got to try and get the Reading defense moving a little bit. When they continue to try and attack from one side of the court and don't try and move it around, you're just playing right into the Red Knights' hands.
What do you think, Will, at the college level, flop warning?
Yes. The first one, I think, was a legitimate call.
Yep.
The second one, I think Bud Clark would take that as a compliment if that little contact could knock over a guy.
Particularly Aris Rodriguez at 6'5".
Yeah.
But a huge call. Now we're halfway through the fourth quarter. Miles Gray. Aris Rodriguez thought about that one. Ruben will launch. Short.
What a rebound by Shamar.
It's a man's rebound. Bud Clark.
That's his spot.
Really good. Really good. Get to the middle of that defense. Keep your body under control. As our friend Raft would say, get the puppies organized, which basically just means get those feet set underneath you, rise up and fire. Timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to play. A 7-point game. And it really does feel like an eternity is left here.
And both teams are getting ready to get into the bonus, so free throws are going to be paramount down the stretch here now.
And Reading 2 for 2 from the line. West Catholic, on the other hand, 6 for 10. And something glaring for West Catholic, Zion Stanford 0 points in the second half.
Wow.
Right, that's a Temple commit. That's your senior leader, and Reading has done well to kind of neutralize him in the second half because he had a good start to the game as well. He had 10 points in the first half, 0 here in the second.
Give you a quick look at the scoreboard here. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to play. 53-46.
Possession
Reading.
arrow belongs to West Catholic.
Yes, it does.
And this place has really filled up nicely.
It really has.
Our buddy Malik Waynes down to our right, sitting with Jason Harrigan, who they used to be on the same staff.
Former Villanova great Malik Waynes.
No doubt, and Roman Catholic great Malik Waynes.
Growing up a Villanova fan, Malik Waynes, one of my favorite players, no doubt.
Miles Gray. Couldn't quite get it off the rim. Rebound for Ruben Rodriguez, it's too strong. Yadiel Cruz, it's been him all day long. Yadiel Cruz.
How does Reading do that? They missed 2 layups, get the rebound, knock it in, and going for a 3-point play. I'll tell you what, hard work inside by the Red Knights today.
What a player, Yadiel Cruz. new to this Red Knights varsity squad. Wow, what a day.
And it's been a total team effort for Reading today. Everybody's contributed.
And a violation of some kind.
No, just a quick foul.
Oh, okay.
That's going to send him to the line.
Wow. Yeah, loose ball foul. 7th team foul on West Catholic, or on Reading. West Catholic also with those 7.
Bud Clark 1 for 2 from the line so far today.
Well, front ends here of the 1-on-1 get you back in games or can take you out of it. Bruce, we're going to send you onto the catwalk up here soon so that the stomping doesn't affect the camera. You good with that? Hazard pay?
Actually, I should probably just like grab the cell phone and hold it.
You're doing an excellent job. Here's Ruben Rodriguez up the floor for Amir Berdine. Tough shot, pretty good defense facing by Walker, but Walker gave it up. Rodriguez with the left hand. Game-changing plays. Bud Clark into traffic, got the finish. And what a huge answer for West Catholic. I mean, truly a back-breaking type of steal after the Walker defensive play and block. Rodriguez got the score, but West Catholic to get that right back, now they have to lock in defensively.
And you're exactly right. Reading is going to start to play much more deliberate on offense.
But they gave it away. And just dribbling out of control into 3 defenders with another one behind them. Just not a great play by Tariq Jennings. That's so tough, though, against this Reading team. They're swarm like bees. They're everywhere, even when you think they're not. And now, 7 fouls apiece, 2 minutes and 7 seconds left. Reading taking some time off the clock. Ruben Rodriguez puts it in his pocket.
Bob, are you of the opinion to foul sooner rather than later here to maximize the amount of possessions left in this game?
I think so. I mean, I think you come hard with the double. You got to be careful about who you foul as well. They're going to foul Miles Gray, who last year, Bruce, funny enough for being as tremendous a three-point shooter as he was shooting, if I remember the numbers correctly, and my apologies, Miles, if not, but was somewhere around 50% for a good portion of the year.
Yeah, but I'm fouling sooner rather than later. The clock is your enemy.
And again, one miss on the front end, right? Games are won and lost at the front end. You've heard that once or 15 times, Will, on this broadcast. Smooth on that one. Looked really good. Standing room only, certainly in the corner. There might be a little bit of room for them to sneak into the stands, but not much. Not much. 1 of 2.
What a box out by MJ Branker. And a nice outlet as well. Bud Clark can get into transition.
Oh, excellent jump stop. Too strong. What a finish. And it's going to be number 2 on the play, Zion Stanford, just when West Catholic needed it.
First bucket of the second half for Stanford, but what a play by Clark. If Clark had finished that, unbelievable use of the jump stop there to get to the rim, but then just a nice finish by Stanford. 6-point game with 1 minute and 33 seconds left. It's 2 possessions. I mean, it feels like Reading's really been in control the second half, which they have, but it's not over for West Catholic by any stretch of the imagination.
Absolutely not. I mean, not with, still front ends that you're going to have to sink.
Yep. And listen, Reading's played great. I would argue they've played better to West at this point. The scoreboard shows it. They've been able to coerce a lot of turnovers from West Catholic. It's not like Reading hasn't turned the ball over either.
No.
Right? I mean, this is a long, athletic, full-court defense for West Catholic. A couple of steals, and you're looking at a new ball game. So with 93 seconds left, really an eternity left in this game.
Yeah, and it depends on, you know, Reading gets the ball back, whether West Catholic allows them to burn clock. You know, just like Will talked about. Are you interested in fouling sooner rather than later?
Well, we got a great game coming up next here as well. Radnor against Archbishop Bryan, basically 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. We'll try to go live right at 4:45, which is the listed tip time, regardless of how long this one goes, just so our Radnor and Archbishop Bryan fans are ready for us. Burdine did just enough to hold that pivot foot. Now it's given up. They didn't get the timeout in time. Zion Stanford brings the house down. Clock ticks, 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Yadiel Cruz and Ruben Rodriguez hit hard by MJ Branker. Well, if you're gonna foul anyway,
might as well get your money's worth.
You might as well.
And you know, really, despite all the pressure, really no panic in Reading. They were looking for exactly who they needed to go to and where on the court.
Front ends, this will be the last of the 1-1. Next foul will put West Catholic into the bonus.
And here comes Isaac Cole,
yeah.
A really, really intriguing sophomore. The kid can shoot the ball like no other. First time into the game, MJ Branker has fouled out, but I'm excited to see Ice Cole here.
It's a great nickname, too.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I tell you what.
I'd love to trademark that, but that's been his nickname for quite a while now.
Ruben Rodriguez, calm. 59-54, 1 minute and 9 seconds to play. Rodriguez, never a doubt, huh, Bruce?
That's what a senior leader's got to do in that situation. Make them both.
They've got to get the ball in here.
Bud Clark, no numbers here. Stanford. And a foul is called. Goes against Reading. A little bit of a hug on the play. Goes against Amir Burdine.
Still a minute left in this one.
And a chance for West Catholic to score with the clock stopped. 8th team foul. But Zion Stanford has to make good on it, right? A must make here with a minute left. Interesting, not a West Catholic Burr. Well, Isaac Cole's going to take off his undershirt.
That's a technical foul.
Well, no, he's been asked by the referee to do it, right? The referee asked him to do it. Bruce, let's see what's going on down here. Isaac Cole is putting his jersey on.
And he's saying we have to. It's a technical foul to take your jersey off on the court. Even now, this ref is saying, hey, I told him to. That's the referee's fault. This referee here on the left side, he's going to say it's all right.
Yep.
Because he told him to.
Right.
But in general, taking your jersey off on the field of play, you have to go.
I get
you can't even go to the bench. You have to go around.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But again, you're not going to hold a sophomore accountable for something that a
official
referee told him to do.
And what's funny, the official underneath the basket did say we have to in terms of call a technical, and this referee said, no, I told him to.
Rodriguez, wow, a one-handed baseball pass. Now Audis Rodriguez attacks. And a late foul call.
That's good he got fouled.
Yeah, Bruce, what?
I mean,
a lot of questions.
A lot of questions there. Reading, you know, the clock is their enemy now, up 6.
Rodriguez hits the first.
That is a big, big free throw. Makes it a 3-possession game. Reading money at the free throw line so far in the fourth quarter.
Well, that's how you salt away a game, isn't it? Double bonus the rest of the way. That one almost went in, but just losing the ball was Bud Clark. Are they going to call off the Dogs here? Well, certainly from a pressure standpoint, they won't. And now the foul calls is called again, maybe not from the official that I thought might call it, but called nonetheless.
That was exactly right. It came from the official on the baseline.
And not the near baseline, but the far baseline.
Well, also the official nearest the Reading bench, so there's that too. No doubt he was hearing about it from the Red Knights bench.
And it was probably a foul.
Definitely a foul.
Yeah. Just commenting on who made the call.
Yes, 19 called fouls here in the second half, and that's on the light side. A physical brand of basketball for both these teams. It has served both of them quite well over the years and will the rest of this year. A great learning experience early in the season. High-level basketball for both of these teams. Corner three, no good. Aris Rodriguez, he is fouled. He's got clocked in the mouth like 4 times here today.
And he's smiling, does the same. 23.2, Reading up 10. And the fans are just going nuts, as you can see by our picture, jumping all over the place.
Well, folks, and I don't know how many folks were saying it, hopefully nobody, but Reading hasn't gone anywhere. State champs from a couple of years ago, round of 16 last year. That's just how the brackets shook out. Archbishop Wood, because they weren't the 1 seed in District 12, actually the 3 seed in District 12 because of how the public, the public league versus the Catholic league works. They ended up being the 3 seed and on the same side of the bracket. That game went to the wire at Easton Area High School. We did that game. Reading against Archbishop Wood. Down to the final 4 seconds. Reading's going to beat yet another Philadelphia Catholic League team, maybe the favorites in the Catholic League. West Catholic goes down 65-54. What a game.
We're not going to see a more impressive performance the rest of the day, guys. I'm telling you what.
Nasir Smith, the 4th member of our broadcast team, is down there on the floor. He's going to try to get either or both of Aris and Ruben Rodriguez.
And I'm not sure where he went.
Well, Nasir's right down there. Here goes Ruben and co.
Oh, there he is.
Nasir is just going to go grab them.
Always a little chaotic at the end of these games.
But he's got Ruben and Aris. Here he is.
First of all, I want to commend both of you guys. You guys walked into Philadelphia in a very hostile crowd. You guys brought the energy. You brought the audience. What was the key to what was the key for this victory that you guys pulled out here with a 12-point win?
Staying together and playing our game. We make them play our game, and we stick together.
Yeah, you guys brought, again, I got to reiterate, this is some of the best basketball I've seen in a long time. I love watching and covering, youth sports. So you guys brought that intensity. What was the message of the last time out as the Birds tried to make a swing and to change the course of the game?
We knew that they were going to come out fighting. They're a great team, great coach team. So we just had to stay composed, and this shows our growth, because in the past we've had trouble closing out games. But we stood solid and we finished out strong like a team.
Hey, gentlemen, best of luck to you the rest of your season. Good luck. Back up to you guys up there in the booth.
Nasir, great job, buddy. Appreciate all your help today. That's 2 games behind the mic as an analyst for the first time in his career, and a sideline reporter. Doing yeoman's work. Great job by Nasir Smith. Great job by Will Ryan, Bruce Badgley here as well, our entire club. And man, what a performance by Reading. Will, Bruce, your closing thoughts?
Bruce, you talked about the whole game that, Reading wants to play that high-tempo pace, and all 32 minutes were high-tempo, right? And that does play into their strengths. And Ruben Rodriguez and Aris Rodriguez, they're the Rodriguez duo, I should say. I mean, those two were unstoppable today. Really, really strong crew. And the help, Miles Gray had a good second half. Just a really team effort from Reading.
Just totally impressed with this total team effort, okay? I think the total team effort is the mantra for this Reading performance today. And, you know, let's talk about Coach Rick Perez. I think that he baited the West Catholic into their style of play. They took the bait. Reading won the game.
Yeah, listen, I know you've said that a couple times, Bruce. I think Will and Mai's point coming from a Catholic League perspective is that West Catholic's going to play that style all year long, and they're going to beat a lot of teams playing that style. But what it ended up being today was like against like, similar style against similar style. And you know what? Sometimes you go two gloves at each other in the ring, and you see who comes out. Today it was Reading, absolutely well-deserved. West Catholic's going to learn a lot from this as well, and maybe they'll be meeting again in Hershey, not on the same floor, but in multiple state championship appearances at different classifications. That was fun. Can't wait for more. Stay with us here. We're going to, again, go to our next link because we have one link for each of these games. Radnor, one of the favorites in District 1, taking on Archbishop Ryan, Big Thomas Sorber and co. Joe Zaglinski has yet another great team. His team made a quarterfinal run at the 5A level last year. They're looking to do the same, if not better, this year. Can't wait for that one. One of the marquee matchups following maybe the game of the day. Reading takes down West Catholic. Thanks, everybody, for being with us. For Nasir Smith, Will Ryan, Bruce Badgley, I'm Bob Long saying we'll see you in 20 minutes.